All right, let's talk about something absolutely essential if you're involved in any major property transaction, the ALTA survey. So you're thinking about buying a commercial property. It's a huge step, but before you make one of the biggest investments of your life, you have to ask, what are you not seeing? Because honestly, what you don't know about a piece of land can come back to bite you, causing massive headaches, costing you a ton of time and money, and maybe even derailing your whole project. So the big question is, how do you uncover all those hidden risks? Well, you need what's really the gold standard of investigative tools for real estate. We're talking about a survey that goes way, way beyond just sticking some flags in the corners of a property. Yeah, this is not your average property map. A better way to think of it is like a full-on investigation, almost like a complete physical for the land. It's all designed to meet a really strict set of national standards, so everyone involved, the lender, the buyer, the title company, is on the same page. And the reason it's so powerful is because of those national standards. They're put together by the American Land Title Association, that's the ALTA in ALTA Survey. And they're the experts in title insurance, working alongside professional surveying organizations. This partnership is key. It guarantees you're getting a consistent, reliable, high-quality survey no matter where the property is. Okay, so this is where you can really see the difference. A simple boundary survey, it pretty much just tells you where the property lines are. That's it. But an ALTA survey, oh, it goes so much deeper. It shows you what's actually happening on and even affecting that property. We're talking buildings, fences, and those sneaky hidden rights that could seriously impact your ownership down the line. All right, so let's get into the good stuff. What kind of big, high-stakes problems can this property detective actually uncover for you? First off, boundary line discrepancies. This is where that fence line you see with your own eyes doesn't actually match up with the legal documents, and you'd be surprised how often this happens. It could be from an old surveying mistake, natural changes like erosion, or even some construction that happened decades ago. Next up, and trust me, this is a huge one, unrecorded easements. Basically, these are hidden legal rights for someone else to use a part of your property. Think about that. It could be a utility company or a neighbor who has the right to drive across your land. And the scariest part, they're not in the public record. That creates a ton of uncertainty and is just a recipe for future conflict. And then, of course, you've got encroachments. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's when your neighbor's fence or part of their garage or even their driveway is actually built on your land. Without a super detailed survey, you could easily buy a property and boom, you've just inherited a legal battle you had no idea was coming. So here's the bottom line. Finding these issues before you close the deal is everything. It dramatically cuts down your risk of future legal and financial headaches. It's really that simple. It's all about turning the unknown into the known. But wait, there's more. The power of an ALTA survey doesn't just stop with the standard stuff. You can, and you really should, customize it to fit the exact needs of your property and your specific deal. And the way you do that is with something called Table A. It's basically a checklist of optional items. The best way to think of it is like an a la carte menu. It lets you, your lender, and your lawyer pick and choose exactly what you need to investigate for your unique situation. For instance, let's say you're planning new construction. You'd want to add a topographic survey to see the land's contours. Or maybe you want to double check if the property is in a flood zone. If you're buying a retail center, you can get the survey to verify zoning compliance and get a precise count of every single parking space. These kinds of details, they're absolutely critical to the value of a commercial property. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. All this detail, it sounds expensive, right? So let's talk about why this intensive process is almost always worth every single penny. Look, the cost for an ALTA survey typically starts around $2,000. And yeah, it can go up from there based on how big or complex the property is. But what you're getting for that investment, it's something truly invaluable when you're making a major transaction. And that really gets to the heart of it. You're not just paying for a map with some lines on it. You're buying security. You're buying clarity. You're buying the confidence to know you're making a smart decision. And you're protecting yourself from what could be truly catastrophic and expensive fights down the road. Let's just break it down into 3 simple reasons why it's so necessary. Number 1, your lender is almost certainly going to demand it for a commercial loan, period. Number 2, the title insurance company needs it to give you full coverage against survey-related problems. And number 3, the most important one for you, it's your single best defense against all those unknown risks we've been talking about. So if you're looking at a property transaction here in the San Antonio area, getting this level of detail isn't just a good idea, it's vital. You'll want to work with local experts, like the team at Alliance Land Surveyors. They specialize in these certified ALTA surveys. They know how to get you the exact data you need to satisfy your lender, lock in your insurance, and, most importantly, give you peace of mind. You should definitely reach out to them to get a quote that's tailored specifically for your project. So as we wrap this up, I'll leave you with a question to think about for your next major investment. When there are hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars on the line, what is that certainty really worth to you?